Never gonna die!
I have a couple more videos to react to. The first of which being another one of these documentary style videos that I missed from a few weeks ago, actually a couple months ago at this point. And we got some more Throwback Thursdays to check out. But first thing is this Quadrant Makes History, HCS 10-year anniversary, which I assume is another one of these documentaries, similar to the other ones that we've been watching recently, which is presumably going to be about Quadrant at, I think, Arlington, because they placed, was it top 4 at that event, or top 6, top 4, something like that. But yeah, either way, we're gonna check this shit out. Should be interesting. So yeah, more content from the original, or the official rather, Halo Esports channel. So if you guys would like to check out the original video without my reaction, link is gonna be in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. But yeah, let's check this shit out. Let's see what they got for us today. Holy piss, that's loud.
But Chick picks up a kill, 49-48.
Only one more kill. SLG
Now that'd be insane.
He's with the stalker. He's feeling confident, and that's gonna be it. Optic go home. Optic go home.
At their own event too. Crazy shit.
You could be anywhere in France right now with the charm that is starting here in Arlington.
This feels like forever ago at this point.
Depths, from deep, make history.
Looking back, I think in years to come, we'll be talking about the massive moments, and of course the ones that everybody will be talking about straight away was the World Championships. What's something that I'll look back more affectionately than anything else? I think the magic of Halo was Quadrant in that top 3 run. They encapsulated everything that is good about Halo, and that
when they go back and tell the story of HCS, of Halo competitive, there's no way that you tell that story without talking about that moment that Quadrant beat Optic.
Shazzy, first of all, I'm going to kick it off
make me talk.
with you.
No, I'm not doing talking right now.
I'll kick it off with you first and foremost. History has just been made on the main stage.
Quadrant, yeah, getting that win, I think it's going to be not only a memorable moment for me, for the team, but for Europe as well. They've been chasing the dream for such a very long time. To break some records, they've finally gotten the job done, and delighted for the lads.
So traditionally, Halo has always been dominated by North America, and the other regions have tried to compete, but I think at best probably gotten the top 12, maybe a top 8 performance. When you're in North America, you're practicing against the Straight Rippins, the Final Bosses, the Carbons, the Triggers Downs, the Instincts of the world every single day. You're playing against the guys that are winning tournaments. It's kind of like talent breeding talent in that sense. And over for the Europeans or Australians, they're playing different time zones, they're playing different servers, not really given that same iron sharpens iron opportunity as far as being able to play the best in the world consistently. So they've always been steps behind. I never expected any of these regions to really ever catch up or have an opportunity to compete with what we know the world's best is, which is North America.
Damn.
Arlington 2023, it was.
But I mean, what are you saying
magical.
is
it
fair.
really was. One of those moments you had to be there to
Free from
truly
jail?
appreciate
Learn any
it.
lessons along the way? I never did either, Jack
HCS
Swift.
Arlington
How's it going,
Major,
brother?
hosted by Optic Gaming. It's super hot in Arlington, Texas, with a forecast of even hotter gameplay coming from inside this arena.
This is kind of a cool venue. I don't know if it's the best venue for open events necessarily,
started very bad
like Halo
for us.
events.
We placed
but
third in pool. We kind of got reverse swept by Sentinel game 5. I remember we should have won the Slayer game 2, and we
kind of in a cool
with a 10
spot
kill
though.
lead, and we ended up losing.
They just need one. The double team the overshield to shut it down here. 49-47, not 49.
Oh no, bro.
No trade. Seeker has to survive. Valkyrie at 49-49. Boo Boo wins it.
And that ended up costing us a series. So yeah, first day was very, very bad for us.
Especially because we had like such a lot of expectation coming back from HCS Dallas. It was some very frustrating results actually. So yeah, we started to be top 3 in pool, even though we should have won the previous series, and we knew we had to start in user for day 2.
Coming into the next day, I remember we were like, okay, let's forget everything that ever happened like the previous day.
Day 2, we start off the day playing for top 8 against Shopify Rebellion.
The stage is glowing purple and green, and it's an electric green because that means Europe's finest.
It's a lot of green on that stage.
Up next, going up against Shopify Rebellion.
And it's going to be a ginger stroll
they made
through
Shopify blue.
Argyle for the third cap for Quadrant.
We came out as a new team, ended up beating them 3-1.
But here comes Legend around the side, and that is going to be it. Quadrant
Did we miss the
is
BR?
moving on, and Rebellion is going home.
Like, we are flowing with confidence, and we were able to bring that confidence into the next years as well.
That was good,
We
Jack.
played Complexity next, 3-0 them quite easily. And then
Damn,
the next
he said that
matchup
shit was easy.
Optic Gaming.
Every single time Quadrant have tried to make history,
Oh, the music
Optic
kicked
Gaming
in,
have been
goddamn.
there and right in their way.
Quadrant, they're top 6. The next opponent is against Optic Gaming, and if you're a European fan, we've been here before. We see what way this plays out. Yeah, they've done pretty well. They've matched history, but this is where it all comes undone, right? This is where it becomes unstuck. Optic Gaming, the Mammoths, I think, the reigning world champions at the time. This is going to be a task too much for them.
Man, am I excited. It's Optic versus Quadrant. Arlington, make some noise.
It's going to be one banger of a series.
You're talking about an Optic Gaming who are on fire, who everybody has as the favorites going in. They're just so good. And then in their own house.
They're hosting the event. The venue's full. The green wall's out. Large and in charge as always.
Come on, it's Optic Gaming, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a win. This is their story making it into the grand finals and coming out with the win. And dude, Quadrant were different.
And it was the first
Didn't
time
really
a
turn out that
European
way.
team had ever really had the pieces to put it together to maybe create an upset. But against the world champs, you'd think they don't have a chance, right?
And now Legends on
again.
Optic.
We knew we had
This
to do
shit
something
crazy, bro.
special.
Mind you, just a tick away from taking Hill 1.
Just a tick away, and that's a big kill by SLG, and that's an even more important stat, the first point going to Quadrant.
We have a tied game, Arlington.
And now all of a sudden, what was once a 2-0 lead for Quadrant, Optic take the lead 3-2.
What happened was like probably the closest series of my life. I still remember my heart rate was going through the roof.
Minute 9 on the clock, but this is the point Optic want to end this game on.
Optic are feeding off the Let's Go Optic chants. You can tell. But with that,
Yeah, the crowd chants got to add +5 to your overall anytime that shit kicks in, bro.
Left. It's 3-3, Tony. Next point wins.
You're sitting there and you're starting to think to yourself, hang on a second. We have a chance here.
They have numbers, they have rockets, they have a split second away from taking this hill. 3 down, go Optic. The 4th one falls as well, and that's gonna be it. Quadrant take game 1.
Unbelievable plays by Legend in the second half of that game.
I just think we have a playstyle that like counters Optic's playstyle because like we play so fast, we play like split spawn. And
I don't think the
like,
subtitles are
Optic
correct
is
there.
used
I think
to,
he
like,
said counters,
play
not
against
controls.
teams that have this playstyle.
Coming into game 2, I've dubbed this a must-win for Optic. Look at how much this moment means. Nobody pushing on either side. SLG already brought the snipe towards the Needler. That is a stalemate situation we are looking at. With 11 minutes to go, Lucid does the same to try and match him.
These trades are bringing them closer and closer to that 50 kill mark and ultimately tying
Hit
the
Slayer,
series.
yeah, this dates this fucking
SLG
video.
has still a sniper,
Even
puts
for an
it to
infinite
work
clip.
immediately.
Whoa!
APG find out the hard way. You don't want to mess with this young man.
Former Lucid APG, they're in your courtyard right now, pushing training side of the map. Great teamwork out of the boys to melt them together. And look at this, fighting for their last life, 49-39.
There it is. Make it look easy. It don't matter. Optic Gaming able
It
to
don't
tie
matter.
up the series and most importantly, steal back momentum. Trip cap for Quadrant, and looks like they take the lead. Optic have been holding it on for too long, but we're still.
A little production POV. Oh, there goes Lucid.
SLG quickly going for the tower control before playing for Charlie. He knows that Optic still were 4 up. Now he goes for the push. Lucid down to the low ground and still was able to deal with the
Big
That's a
1v1.
big individual piff coming out of SLG, and it looks like his teammates off the screen are able to do the same thing. Trades coming in and out. Slays going back in favor of Quadrant. 5 seconds left before Quadrant are able to take the lead. I don't see anyone from Optic over towards Bravo. The final player is dealt with. Quadrant going up 2-1 in the series.
The crowd is quiet, And the boys in the lime green are up 2-1 now.
Flag is
The
stopped
boys in
short.
the lime
Reset is
green.
grabbed. We're at a bit of a reset.
Damn.
And active camouflage is up.
Not my goat, man.
Legend getting into a bit of a tussle over it. Both teams want to have that vent control in order to move up quick towards the camo. And SLG is taking face.
This is the kid of the series so far for me, just stepping up, winning some big pivots, going off with a snipe when given the opportunity. Almost 6 minutes through this game, just 30 seconds to get to the halfway point. Neither team finding success with the flags, but a lot of success with the snipes so far. Look for Optic to pull the flag as well.
Less than 5 minutes on the clock right now. The next
APG finds a kill.
Excited. APG finds one on Sika. Lucid finds one as well. And
flag
that's
on the move.
3 down for Quadrant. Make it 4. That flag is moving.
What was Quadrant's strategy and put the flag in? They now take the lead in game 4.
It takes almost 7 minutes in order to do so, but Optic are on the board.
Whoa!
Lucid showing why he's the reigning MVP.
Oh my god.
Now he's seeing the push over toward the basement side.
What the shit?
Not able to touch that flag, and that's it. Game number 5 is on the way. The winner
Oh, the
is
Tommy
going to
Lucid is different.
Championship Sunday.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to a game 5 once again.
Finally, after years and years, we have a team that can go toe-to-toe with the big dogs.
50 kills to decide if you play on Championship Sunday. 50 kills to decide if you create European history, world history.
Quadrant were ready to make history.
15-12, the lead in Optic's favor, but for how long? SLG finds 2. That's going to give them the lead, numbers advantage, and some map control. APG trying to create some space, but with no teammates around, it's going to be a difficult push up the B stairs.
Quadrant clawed their way back into it, tied up at 15 apiece, making it an early lead coming for Quadrant behind the killing spree of SLG infiltrating the subway side.
Nice hit.
That's it. There it is. Puts up
Damn.
a prayer and it's answered. Takedown formal. Now gets to the face of APG. Gets stuck himself, but trades out his life there. That's a big play coming out of Chick, bringing Quadrant back within striking distance.
Now take B rail control with this rug gun. He was going to get sandwiched in a tough position in Tram. Because he relocates, he's able to take Trippy's head off. It's a killing spree with perfect shots for Legend.
Really Quadrant's hopes.
There's a player in B right now, but Trippy overextends. A beautiful rocket for Trippy under a lot of pressure right there. Trades across the board will give Optic this 2-point lead still. Sika stuck mid-stairs looking up, able to trade at the very least, 46-44. What a phenomenal job by Quadrant to trade that out. This game's neck and neck.
Quadrant may be down by 2.
Bro, this shit was nuts. What the fuck?
Making it to Championship Sunday. It's not over just yet.
Woo!
Legend was pink stair trapped for a while and was like, oh, I'm gonna make a play. And the moment he tried to make a play, APG shoots the spikes. So he's weak and he hides there, so he knows he's here.
So like in my head I thought, yeah, I'm dead and we're gonna lose the game.
And it's funny because before this series, I remember we had a conversation with Legend and we went over like, if ever we went to game 5 to see like how we would play a certain situation. And funny enough, we ended up in this specific situation we just talked about like before playing the series.
We had
It was the Doctor Strange, it was the one time.
Which was not secret at all, but it was just our way to call the push.
We just called out, oh, let's do the thing we just talked about like earlier. And it was right towards the end of the game. So the plan was actually quite easy. It's just a push we wanted to do. We kind of knew like how they wanted to ult like on street. And we sent a 2-2 split through mid-map and pink. And like Legend was at first hidden in pink stairs. And he wanted to make a play, but then he got called out and he was like, oh guys, I'm gonna die, I'm trapped there. And I was watching him from shotgun and I was like, okay, so it's either I'll let him die and we play for next, but it's very risky to do this at the end of the game, or I just commit on what he started and just try to save him.
So it was all back against the wall. It's either we hide and we lose, or we try to do something and we lose doing something, but at least you have to try at some point. It was like the first time we tried it in an official tournament.
And I just curb slide from pink and pushed him with Bulldog, get the kill. So we see it from APG's POV like dying.
And then SLG came to save me, like kill the gate of APG. But somehow like Sika and Chick push bottom mid.
So I still remember going through bottom mid to B stairs and seeing everyone trying to shoot all gaping stairs was Legend back then, I think. And we just had some free kills here, then we collapsed to the goal, guys, and we took the lead back.
Off screen, we see like everyone else winning their fight. Actually, another thing I remember.
That's a really cool
is,
breakdown
like,
of that situation, actually.
I remember Legend screaming,
Push, 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 push.
And they just pinged him, so his location has been revealed. He has to be careful. And with the spike grenades doing all of that damage on Selection, SLG now forced to push up. But the Bulldog is barking louder than Royal 2. It's 47-47.
That's a really cool breakdown.
Separate the two.
All tied up, Red Gun Bulldog and SLG's hand loosened. Able to get
And
a kill
then
back.
these brothers hit the go button.
Picks up a kill, 49-48.
Only one more kill. SLG pushing up with the Stalker. He's feeling confident, and that's gonna be it. Optic, go home. Optic, go home.
Oh my God, Quadrant do it. They create history.
I think we all respect when history is being made. No matter where you're from, no matter whose team you were on, no matter whose team you're rooting for, you saw that win and you were like, whoa, we just saw history.
What an unbelievable performance we just witnessed, and my hats off to both teams, but Quadrant, well done, boys.
Honestly, I was about to cry when we win. It was an insane win.
I was about to collapse during the interview, actually, after we won Game 5.
History has
you
been
could tell, bro.
made on this main stage, getting the highest placing in history.
Bro, his
for
voice
any
was shaking and
EU
everything.
team in top 4.
I can't blame
Sika,
him. That shit's insane.
How does that feel right now?
To be fair, I'm currently struggling to breathe. Like, I don't know. I have to realize what just happened. Thank you, guys. It's just a dream come true for us. Like, we have always been trying so hard to break that top 6. Last event, we broke that top 6, and then the next event, we break that top 4. It just feels amazing. We were down at the end. We did a very good push together. We told ourselves, let's do our secret push, because we actually have strats for it. And so it worked out. Like, we were at a really high at the end. We said, let's do it anyway.
And I still remember the crowd going crazy, and obviously everyone was really disappointed, but I just had to salute like the crowd support, because the Green Wall is probably like the biggest crowd I've ever played against, and I gave them a lot of respect afterwards in the interview, and I think that they rewarded us with their support for the rest of the weekend. It felt very special for us to actually have some people like screaming Quadrant, let's go Quadrant and stuff, especially in NA.
Thank you for the crowd as well. I know obviously you guys are Optic fans, but still I have a lot of respect for you guys for putting such a lot of hype every match. It felt amazing when we played against Shopify as well, so thank you very much for that, and thanks for Optic for organizing such a great tournament.
One more time for Quadrant on the main stage.
It was actually the first time we ever had
It's a class act right there.
So
that's
yeah,
good wholesome
thinking
shit
back
right
of it,
there.
Like
I like that a lot.
Championship Sunday match against Sentinel, we had like a lot of people screaming, let's go Quadrant toward the end of the Halo Life era. Watching back, like
everybody liked
it
that.
really warms my heart.
I was really surprised, and I really appreciate it, because like before that I never had like a crowd to support us, so I think that was really cool.
I feel like that was very nice from them, because obviously we were kind of expecting the crowd.
This video
maybe
making
to
me
root
emotional,
against
bro.
us, since
Goddamn.
we beat obviously like the main team, but they didn't. They were like so supportive towards us after. I think it definitely helped us carry the momentum into our next series against Sentinel.
We are currently top 4, and we have to fight against Sentinel for top 3.
The emotion of an entire nation behind them. They have France watching, they have the whole of Europe watching.
And I believe,
there is so much
if
on
I'm
the
not
line for both
mistaken,
of these two teams.
This is where their road came to an end.
Yesterday, how much this meant to not just people from France, not just our fans over in Europe, but you saw Australians starting to like say, hell yeah.
This was the Arlington event I was at. I was at this first one. I was not at the one last season.
America has never had representation the way that they now have it inside of our top 4.
This was like the second or third event of year 1, I guess.
You take a look at the series layout. Your question is, where does Quadrant go from here?
And
First ever Championship Sunday appearance from an all-international side in history.
I think year 2, excuse me.
We got dominated.
Second or third event of
every
year
single
2.
game. I still remember that every
there was
single
another
game we were
Arlington
down so
last
much,
year,
and
year 3.
Somehow we came back from every single one of them and pull up the clutch win every single time.
209 on the board though for Sentinels means Quadrant don't have many mistakes.
Oh my god.
Error, but El Bandito from Chick into triple cap again. As
The OG bandit.
And this is the opportunity. Legend needs to hit these shots. Legend needs these damn shots. Here comes the push. They fly him.
Holy shit. Sentinel beam and all.
Quadrant might be in position here to tie
It's like a whole ass different game, bro.
Do it! It's 3-3! 10 seconds left in this game. We're still tied up at 3-3. He's under so much pressure though. He's already being hunted down. Oh, did it fake him out though? Hey.
Whoa!
The
What
moment
the
I remember
fuck?
the most obviously is the one I was involved in for the game-winning play.
Quadrant are doing something again. Where's Lethal? Lethal scoreboard. There's an overshield for Quadrant. That's an overshield for Quadrant with 4 dead for Sentinels. This is unbelievable here. 1 minute left.
And I pushed with the overshield and I killed like 2 of them for the last heal. Somehow we pulled the win.
And the Quadrant chant starts in the building.
Good timing on that
You
OS.
could be anywhere in France right now with the charm that is starting here in Arlington. Quadrant inside of the hill. Spartan taken down. Seeker and Chick get the kills. And we're tied up. Seeker is doing it all. Quadrant from the depths, from deep, make history once again.
Having a European team break like the top 3, I think was huge for us. It showed that even though Halo is mainly in America, every region has talent that can show off during these kind of events.
Us getting top 3 at a major event was probably
Welcome back, Jack.
if not the biggest surprise in NCS I've ever seen.
Obviously my best memory so far into competing.
Also, I was incorrect.
I always
They beat
remember it
Sentinels.
to keep making me push forward into the next event, trying to relive this for sure. I think the main thing for me was the support, both from our fans and after beating Optics, the crowd itself.
Dallas, give it up for Quadrant as they make history once again on this stage. And SLG, this audience wanted a team in green to cheer for here on Championship Sunday, and you may have just won them over with this matchup.
You guys are amazing. Really means a lot. We can hear you guys while we're playing, and it's definitely like hyping us up. Thanks a lot.
And after that, I remember that everything changed. Like everyone started to give us so much respect despite playing from Europe. It changed everyone's idea about like international Halo. Everyone had so much more respect for the region as well. I think without that win, it would have never happened. We would have stayed in the same state we were in before when I started competing, and every European were told, yeah, aim for top 8 at most. You can't do anything better than that. It felt very special to be part of the big dogs, you know?
I think the whole of Europe is proud. We've never seen anything like this since Halo 1, right? This has been a long time coming for a European team, an international team, to actually break into the North American scene and be able to compete with the very biggest, the very best teams in the world.
This top 3 finish at Arlington is probably so far the best memory I've ever had in Halo. Ever since we had that accomplishment, I was always like striving to get something better, to have like to feel this emotion once again, because it's something like when you dedicate your life to the game and you do such an amazing result, you just want to go through that emotion once again. So it's probably the best moment of my life on Halo. So ever since that day, I kept on playing as much as possible because I want to go even farther. You know, it's put like a higher threshold as well. It just gave us motivation to reach like higher heights and give us so much more patience than what we had before as well.
Quadrant reached top 3. This is the first time ever in history a team outside of North America has reached top 3. Incredible scenes here at the Optic Major.
When I think about the Halo Championship
Good
Series,
stuff, man.
I think of not only having pool play and the best teams in the world going at it, but I also think about what we do with the open bracket. I also think about the world representation, and when Quadrant made history, it created a lot of believers, not just in the EU community, but I feel like everyone outside of North America was like, whoa, if Quadrant can do it, you know, why can't we? It really did inspire so many others. And I look at like the World Championship now, and tournament after tournament, not even just Worlds, but you know, all year we're seeing 3 teams in EU. We're seeing some Latin American representation. We see Mindfree from Australia making out an open bracket. Like, I feel like a lot of them must have been inspired when it came to the performance that Quadrant had in Arlington.
And I almost feel like the LATAM teams and the ANZ teams are in that similar situation to where Europe was 5, 6, 7, 10 years ago. Nobody really respects you enough to think that you're going to place top 6, top 4. and you're almost fighting for your life when you make it to pool play, that you want to be that team that can finally make a splash, progress into that bracket play and really do some damage to the big teams. And I think Quadrant really are an inspiration for those teams, that you don't have to just lie down and take the loss. You can take it to the big boys.
Hey, much love, Jack.
I see LATAM teams qualifying to pools every single time, going from the open brackets. The same thing as well with the Australian teams, even though they don't have a spot anymore for pool play. It just put in everyone's mind that even though you're in a region that is obviously weaker, you don't have as much practice and stuff, you are still a human being and with like dedication and some talent as well, and the motivation to play, you can actually like go to the top. It gave hope to every single international team, and what happened with Legend in the end, like people knew that European players could be the big deal as well.
All of a sudden, North America were taking note of teams and players inside of Europe, and Quadrant really were the trendsetters for that, and they're the reason why Europe all of a sudden was taken a lot more seriously.
Beating Optic several times last year was like one of the biggest reasons SLG picked me up. Stellar even said like we were not going to make a change except for Legend.
Tournament after tournament, you look at the top 8, you look at the top 12, you look at the top 16, and it's been North American dominant for way too long. There's, other esports, you see a lot of EU dominance, you see all over the place, but when it comes to Halo, let's not lie, let's not fool ourselves. A lot of North America, but that's starting to change now. You're seeing the Quadrants, you're seeing the ITBs, you're now seeing Legend get poached, tapping buttons get poached.
And that's a crazy throwback.
You're starting to see talent from across the world then. It's real. Watch out, North America. Everybody stepping up.
Hell yeah. That was fire. That was fire. Well, shout out to that old Quadrant team. I know Quadrant's not in the scene anymore, and also all that shit with ITB just happened. So, Halo scene definitely seen better days as far as that shit goes. But shout out to these boys. That shit was crazy, and shout out to the Halo Esports brothers as well. It was another fire video.